so on and so forth. It's just or anybody that's minding their own business, even if you're in war. So that's why like nuclear weapons and all that, Islamically speaking, it's against the religion to have any form of weapon of mass destruction. And then y'all may all know that like Muslim women cover their hair and are very modest at most times. And this is his son, and that's his son's wife. Very Islamic, right? But, oh yeah, and also, just another thing, Muslims aren't allowed to drink whatsoever. No liquor in your system or else your prayers won't be accepted for 40 days. So, he was caught on a charge, he was actually on a high-speed chase for drinking and driving. This is, they call him Hannibal. It was nicknamed after, you know, Hannibal the Cannibal. Yeah, it's such an infamous name. And that's his wife. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she's very beautiful. You know, she looks kind of like drag queenish right now because I guess all the makeup. But he's also been arrested for beating up his wife a few times. And on a certain incident, he even broke her nose. And you know how dictators go. The father leaves the office, the son takes over. So if we don't actually raise our voices and a person with this kind of character will be ruling a country that is so influential. Believe it or not, Libya is very influential because of the oil that they have, because of the revenue, and British Petroleum has a huge contract with them, British Petroleum has a contract with the United States, and so on and so forth. It's all about economics. During Reagan's time, actually, Reagan was so fed up with Qaddafi that he had an airstrike against him. So Qaddafi slipped, barely slipped. His house was bombed, and I don't blame him for that. I hate violence, like I say, but a person of this character should not be allowed to rule any land, because if you don't take care of him, then he's gonna keep committing the same atrocities against the people. And I would like to conclude by saying that these people do not represent the name that they hide behind. And I say they hide behind the name of Islam because what they publicize is not what they do. What they publicize is, for example, Mohamed A held a huge meeting and he said there was going to be a party in France and he invited all the top models and he publicized it saying, oh look, I'm this big time, you know, Muslim person, I'm trying to educate these women about covering up and doing this and this and that. And so he gave them all a huge lecture. Basically he lured them in, saying he's going to pay them all like $500, $5,000, something like that, to attend the event. And as soon as they came, they thought they were going to party and drink and all, but he ended up giving them a lecture on Islam. So he hides behind the name of Islam, but just to let y'all know, Islam does not accept any hypocrites within the religion. You either follow it, and if you don't want to follow it, don't say you're doing it in that name. Don't put yourself out as a Muslim, and unless you're actually following the religion as you're supposed to be. So I'd like to conclude by saying they don't represent the name of Islam. They don't represent Muslims whatsoever. They're hypocrites and they don't represent us in any form or fashion. And honestly speaking, I believe that they should be, both him and his son, for every single thing that they have done against humanity. And I would like to say humanity because it wasn't only Libya. They've also they've been funding terrorist organizations all over Africa. Sometimes you may wonder, why is Africa so corrupt? They're one of the main reasons, because they fund the guerrillas and they want to overthrow the government so he could take over, so they could pave a way for him. It's kind of like the modern day Hitler. So I don't know why he's not in the International Court of Justice. Actually, I do know why. It's because of oil. But if anybody has a heart, if anybody wants to start a petition or anything like that, I believe that we really do need to get our voices heard. And since they can't speak for themselves, because sites such as YouTube and sites like most of Google's search engines were shut down by the government of Libya, since they can't voice their word, people outside of that country have to do it for them. Thank you.
Thank you.